Nottingham Forest are living life right now in the Premier League, third in the league and 6 wins in a row. I just thought I'd remind you, because why not? You know, it's just, you may have forgotten. Like, highly unlikely, but there's no reason why I can't just remind you of that, right? And it makes you think, how is that going to reflect in the transfer window? The higher we get in the league table, the more ambitious we're going to see Evangelos Marinakis become, and he's already shown an awful lot of that. It is still quite quiet in terms of players in and out so far. One confirmed deal this week, and one particularly big transfer rumour in that we need to talk about in this video. But of course, contracts, new deals, this is the big priority, it feels, at Forest this January, is keeping our key players, the likes of Murillo, the likes of Aina, the likes of Chris Wood, Gibbs White, all of those. They need new contracts, and particularly Aina and Wood, because they're expiring at the end of the season. Those are under negotiations at the moment, in talks to be renewed, so that's excellent to hear. But what's particularly pleasing is a new deal for Murillo, because his contract doesn't expire until 2028, so he's actually still got quite a while left on it. But the fact we're still going to give him a new deal, and that's also progressing well apparently, is a real sign of intent that we are not going to budge without a real fight if another team wants to buy him, and hopefully we can keep him beyond this season. Douglas Luiz being linked with Nottingham Forest, this is unbelievable, and I don't think I'm overhyping him in saying that. I think he was one of the best Premier League midfielders last season anyway, because he was integral to Aston Villa reaching the Champions League, and I was really baffled why he even left Villa. I know maybe finances were a reason for that, but it never really made any sense. Played an integral part in getting them to the Champions League and then didn't play in it with them. It's not really worked out for him at Juventus so far. He has had an injury which hasn't helped, a number of injuries. So that's maybe not great to hear that, but we know what he can do. He's made over 200 appearances for Villa, but he's only played 13 times for Juventus so far in all competitions. 18 caps for Brazil, who are typically quite a big international team, really, aren't they? And plenty of Premier League clubs are interested in him, which isn't really a shock because, I mean, he's where he made his name, isn't it? So they're going to be keen to bring him back to England. They know what he can do. Man City, Spurs, Aston Villa also want to try and bring him back to Villa Park only half a season later. And Fulham, apparently, showing an interest, as well as Nottingham Forest. And there may even be some more, but they're the main clubs that I've seen. There are ways in which this deal does make sense because, you know, looking at just the sheer quality, like the depths of our midfield, it is incredible. But he probably is better than some of the midfielders we have got. I don't want to say names because that's just not fair. But I just have a feeling maybe it's because, you know, someone might be out for longer than we anticipate, or we are going to see James Ward-Prowse go back to West Ham. I wouldn't mind Ward-Prowse staying, but if we are looking at bringing in Douglas Luiz, then I could definitely see him moving on because he's going to play even less. I don't think Ward-Prowse deserves to be, you know, in the reserves, really, because that's where he would be if we signed someone like Douglas Luiz. But let me know in the comments what you think, because there's an awful lot to dissect there and an awful lot to just think, wow, that's how far we've come, but also how he fits in to the team. So let me know in the comments. Now, a few rumours out. Of course, Willy Bolly's been linked with a move away to Hull or Millwall. I wouldn't want to let Willy Bolly go because I think he's more than good enough to play a part if need be this season. Obviously, Milenkovic, Murillo are fantastic. Morato's fantastic as well, but you need a fourth centre-back. And with Andrew Amadeus also potentially leaving, it wouldn't make any sense at all to let both of those go. And Willy Bolly, I still think he's more than good enough for at least a Premier League club. And no disrespect to Millwall or Hull, but I think he's better than them, in my opinion. So I wouldn't want to be letting Willy Bolly go, just at least see out his contract this season. I think he's still got his part to play. As I said, Amadeus linked with a move to Leeds or Sheffield United. I'm not sure if it'd be a loan or permanent. I do think he has still potentially got a future with us. Maybe he could just replace Willy Bolly's role on the bench in the future and maybe get the odd minute and work his way into the team. I think if we get into any kind of Europe, In terms of the number of games, he probably would stand more of a chance of getting in. But in terms of the quality of games, maybe not. So I don't really know. Like, is he a European level defender? Probably not. But again, he could be useful for that squad depth because you will need a bigger squad. And the only other outgoing, being as we're talking about it, and it is a confirmed deal, is Aaron Donnelly. He's officially joined Dundee on a permanent deal because he was there last season on loan. Did pretty well from what I can tell from Dundee fan reactions. They were very pleased to bring him back. He was at Colchester the first half of this season. Can you name the one game that Aaron Donnelly played for the senior team? Because it's quite a rogue one. Let me know in the comments if you know. Only other players that I think we should be getting rid of are the likes of Emmanuel Dennis and Lewis O'Brien. You may have even forgotten that they even played for us or are contracted to us. Dennis, I mean, he's the only real player that you can say is Deadwood, unregistered, when he actually could have been registered if we wanted to register him. Lewis O'Brien's come back from his loan from LAFC, could be going back there possibly, but I'm sure there's plenty of clubs that would like a player like Lewis O'Brien. Great player, but it just didn't really work out for him at Forest. And just a couple more potential rumours in. I've left these towards the end because I don't think they've got too many legs, and there's only really one rumour in this week that I think is really worth talking about. But these are worth talking about and listening to, so stay, with the video because it is still worth listening to my voice a bit longer. Habib Diarra. When I initially saw this, I wasn't sure about it because I thought, oh, why do we need midfielder? Then when Douglas Luiz was linked with us, I thought, oh, okay, you know what? There is a way around it. Maybe I'm being fickle because it's Douglas Luiz, but I have actually thought about it and it probably would make sense as well. But Diarra, we were actually linked with him in 2023, so we have had long-term interest in him, so this is all but certainly at least a real interest there. Strasbourg midfielder, 16 million rated, 21 years of age. He's the captain of Strasbourg as well. Scored 4 goals this season, and 2 of those being penalties, so can take set pieces. You've got Everton and AC Milan showing an interest in him, so after this Douglas Luiz news, I can believe this rumour more to be true. And I will be honest, I don't know as much about him as Douglas Luiz, but having reported on him a couple of years ago now, I do remember him and I do like the look of him, so I'll be open to this. And 2 more rumours that, again, not too sure how liable these two are. Lacine Siniogu. Definitely said that wrong, so apologies if you're French or from Mali. Plays for Auxerre in the French First Division, 25 years of age. He's the right winger, 7 million value. Newcastle United and Fulham showing an interest in him. Unlike the midfield role, which I do see a reason now for potentially signing a midfielder, don't see the need for this one, in my opinion, because we've got 4 very good wingers. Like, unless we just want to bring in another forward and like maybe use the likes of Jota Silva as like a striker and not sign a number 9, maybe that would work. I've actually just come up with a reason, haven't I? Maybe, I don't know. But 125 games for Auxerre, and he's only scored 16 goals. Now, I know he's not an outright 9, but it's not the best record, is it? I'm not trying to nitpick, but not all that impressive. Only 2 goals this season as well, but I know there's more to your game than just goals, but I'm just saying as a forward, it's not the highest number. Did score 3 goals at AFCON, though, last year for Mali as they reached the quarterfinals of that tournament. So, again, this one is very, sparsely reported. I've only seen, 2 reports on the whole internet about it, so it probably is pretty unlikely to happen, but I'm just saying it's what I've seen. And the final one, Taylan Bulut. Not the first time we've been linked with a young German right back. He is 18 years of age, plays for Schalke in the German second division. Definitely one for the future, this. I don't see him coming in and playing. I could see the need for a fullback possibly if you loaned out Toffolo or Moreno went back to Villa. I don't think those will happen. I hope they don't happen, if I'm honest, but I think even if they did, is an 18-year-old, he's only played 14 senior games in his career. Is he really going to do the job? And I'm not doubting his ability, but, yeah, it definitely appears more of a future prospect signing, this. Bournemouth interested in him. Can play as a centre-back also. Came through the ranks at Bayer Leverkusen as well. So he's got a pretty good pedigree there already. And that's all I can really say. I haven't even found any clips of him because he is that niche. So, yeah, another week of crazy transfer rumours, really. There's only really one there that I think is serious in Douglas Luiz. Maybe Diarra as well, because it is more of a long-term story, that. But let me know in the comments below what you think of all this. Luton, of course, this weekend. Let me know what you think in the comments, everybody. I'll be keen to hear what you say. And yeah, I'll be at that game, so stay tuned for the vlog. And I'll see you very soon, everyone. Up the Reds.